So first of all, we want to define the categories. Okay, then go to Oracle applications and choose the inventory responsibility. Here we are going to define the item categories. So before going to define the item categories, first of all we are going to define the structure, category structure, while using the item categories flex field. So here we have a flex field, flex fields, key flex fields, segments. Done. Here we can retrieve the item category flex fields. This is the flex field we want to use while define our category structure. Category structure. So here I am going to define our structure. It is a pure functional setup. JPP9 item categories. Item category. So now we are going to click on segments. Here we are going to specify the columns. Okay, that respected categories. We have several categories here. We have several categories are there. Then now I am going to each and every category we are going to specific. Suppose say example, this respected item category is indicate a specific categorizations, means item categorization. So how we are going to specify that item categorization? So just now I am going to specify here class level. Okay, I don't want to go for this book and pencil. Okay, just I am going to specify the class level. Okay, then now I am going to we are going to so these are the family, and here I'm using segment 1. So next let us group subgroup and books is one of the group, subgroup is roll book. Okay. Site. Segment 3. So here I have 3 segments I am using for this structure. Okay, one is group, another one is subgroup, another one is site. Group is nothing but a book. Okay, subgroup is nothing but a which book, roll book or white book or lines book, something like that. And again we are going to specify the sizes. Okay, long size or middle size or small size, depends upon. Now we save the records. So once we are created this structure, where this information is going to stored? Where this structure information is going to store? FNDID flex structures. FNDID flex structures. So here now let us check it. Have you remember or not? Which is the table is having the flex fields information? What is the table? So how many key flex fields we have? 39. Right. FNDID flex, it is capture the actual flex field name. ID flex name like item categories. Okay, then now we are going to find out the structure. FNDID flex structures. So here also we can specify the TL table and we can give our structure name id flex structure name like what is our structure is JPP9. This is JPP9 item categories. Clear? This respective structure is having the segments. That information is stored in FND ID flex segments. So here we can give the ID flex num. That ID flex num is generated into the flex structures. We have a J structure 53622. Now we have 3 records: group, subgroup, size. This will be stored in segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, right? So once it is completed, now we are going to use this structure in our item categories. Okay, so please flex field definition, click on OK. Now compile. OK. So it does not accept the allow dynamic inserts. Let us first we can check it whether it is inserted or not, or else if you go to, then if it is not working properly, then we can go to define the value sets. Define the value sets. Then we close this one. Now we are going to assign this structure to our business. Then here items categories. So first of all we are going to define the category code. Then go to category code, click on new. So here we are going to specify our structure. Our structure is JPP9. So here it is asked to us the respected. So here observe this one. It is a bug. It doesn't show us a list of values. Okay, actually it is show us a list of values. It is a bug. From last version onwards it is defaultly come. Okay, in this point of time not a problem. Just you can go to enter any value and choose the tab. It is open the proper information. JPP item category. So here I am going to specify the respected group. So here group is books and the subgroup is suppose say example white books and size long. Okay, then click on OK. So this is one category. This is one category. Whenever we receive the books from the suppliers, we are going to assign it is one of the category to that particular item. All of you clear or not? Okay. In the same manner, next we are going to define one more category. And here again we are going to specify books, roll books, and again we are going to specify long. Okay. Then next in the same manner we can specify again books and here white books, but it is a short. Okay, small size. Then we can go to give the small. Now click on OK. Save the records. Once we are going to assign this one, then here we are going to find out the respected information in categories. MTL categories. Let us. Now we can check it. MTL categories, but it is a view. Then now we can specify here it is a table. Okay, so here how we are going to identify our category. So in this point of time in TL table we cannot find out the name, so we can go to find out the name in MTL categories B. Okay, so here In this point of time, whenever we create the structure, we create the one second. Okay. MTL categories B. So here structure ID. ID equal to 5 plus 6. Yes. Then here observe this one. So which is the structure? Means ID flex name in our structure table. Here we have a ID flex name. It will be become as a structure ID in our MTL categories table. MTL categories table. There are how many structures? So we have 3 structures. Okay. Sorry, we have 3 categories. Under one structure we have 3 categories. Each and every category is having category ID. Then here we are using 3 segments. Okay. And also now we can check it. Select star from MTL categories TL where category ID equal to 21854. It is one of the category. It is one of the category. But here we don't get any information. Then that is the reason we are going to use which table? MTL categories B. That is the base table. While concatenation of this segment 1 to segment 3 columns, we can find out the proper category name. Proper category name. And also we are completed to define the, but we are not assigned these categories to our category set. So these are all categories will be going to assign one category set. So category set contains the categories. Every category is associated with the proper items. Then here now we are going to assign these categories to category sets. Now we want to define the category set. So where you want to define the category set? JPP 9 master inventory organization. So here we are going to specify the category set. So now I am going to specify JPP 9 category set. So description I am giving the same name, and here the structure. What is the structure? JPP 9. That is our structure, right? Item category. Okay, and we are going to control at a master level, master inventory organization, and a default category. Whenever we are going to specify this category set, we are going to select the default category. So already we have 3 categories. We can select any one of the default category for this category set. Then here observe this one. We are always choose the combination of that respected item. Okay, then what is that? First one is works and add books and belong. Any one of the column we are going to choose as a default one. If it is not existing in our category, it is not accepted. That is the main important here. Okay. Before going to select this category, first of all we are going to set it whether this category is created or not. If the category already is there, then only we are accepted these categories. Otherwise it is not accepted. So now we are going to assign the specific categories. Means suppose there are a lot of categories are there. Under this categories we have 3 categories are there. That all 3 categories we want to assign, here we can assign. Otherwise we can leave from here. Save the records. If you want to assign that categories also, we can assign. We have 3 categories, right? Default one is this one. Suppose here again books, and subgroup is roll book and it is a long. And again books, what is that? White books, small. Suppose, say example here, observe this one. I am giving suppose pen, okay, then black, then now here we can specify the small. It is not accepted. Why? Because of we are not we didn't create any categories for this respected item. That is the reason. Okay. So each and every time it is going to checking the proper combination. Combination means the respected segments. Combination of that 3 segments are valid, then only it is accepted. Otherwise it is not accepted. So now we are going to cancel this one. Save the records. So this category set is having how many categories? 3 categories. Right. Now we are going to check it. So default one is this one. So where this information is stored? MTL categories sets. Let us. MTL categories sets. It is a view. DL. Right? Then it is a table, and here we can go to find out. Set name like JPP 9. This category is having the category set ID, and categories sets B. Then here we can go to find out how many categories are there under this category sets. Then here we are going to find out the category set name. Default category is this is category ID, and now we are going to checking this respected categories where it will be captured. MTL categories set valid cats means categories. So here we can give the same category set ID. How many categories we assign? 2 only. Default does not default it will come here. So here we have a default category ID. It is a different. Under this category set we have 2 categories. Then 5556. Okay. Then here you can check it. In categories B table we are going to find out 5556, this long and small. This category does not assign to that respected categories. Suppose, say example, we can go to assign that default as books, white books, long. Now save the records. Let us check it. This respected category is having same. Go to come to here. We are getting 3. Right? So what are the base tables for categories and category sets? So for categories B and categories TL, and category sets means category sets TL and category sets B. So here observe this. If you go to access this table, we cannot find out the category set name. Then that is the reason we can go to access which table? Categories TL table. Here we can access the proper category set name. If you access the B table, base table, we cannot find out the category name. That is the reason. Now, so here we completed to define the category sets and categories. Okay. Now we want to assign these categories to our items. All of you clear? Okay. Then now I am going to assign these categories to our items. So first of all, we want to define a new item. A new item. Okay. So now I am going to define the item is, suppose say example, JPP9 item 2. Already we defined one item. This is the second item. Just here observe this one. I save the records. Just I want to save the records without any check boxes. Okay, just save the records. So now we want to give a proper name, JPP9 item 2. So here just I want to save the records. Now the item is created. Let us here observe this one. We can go to check it. Select star from MTL system items B where segment 1 like JPP 9. So it is a item 2, right? So here we have this item, second item. Okay, this second item, now we can go to check it whether this item is having the assigned the category or not. Okay, so whenever we are going to define the item, default system is going to assign the categories. So here let us check it. Now we are we are going to create the item, but we didn't assign any item categories. So here I want to assign the categories. Go to tools, categories. Here we are going to choose the category set. Which category set? Our category set. And level is master level. Which category? This particular item is coming from which category? Here also we are going to specify the proper category name, books and white books and long. Now it is accepted. So this particular item is coming this category set under this category. So whenever we are going to receive that respected item from the supplier, we are going to assign these categories. Now we can go to check it from backend. Which tables are reflected for this item? Item categories. Okay. So we have a table, another table. Okay. MTL item categories. MTL item categories. Whenever we are going to assign the categories to our item, then only this table is reflected. That earlier tables which are reflected the categories and the category set name. But this table, whenever we assign the categories to item, at the time this table is reflected. Then here we can go to give our item ID. Inventory item ID. Let us, what is our inventory item ID? Then this is our inventory item ID. What is that? 216955. Now here observe this one. Category set ID and category ID. Okay. With the reference of this category set ID and category ID, we can find out the actual name of category and actual name of category set. So if you want to retrieve the category set name, which table we can access? Categories sets B. But here we don't have the category name. So what we do? Category sets TL. We can find out. And with the reference of this category ID, we can go to get the data from MTL categories B. Here we are going to get the proper information. This is the category ID. So which category ID? Then here we are going to understand what is the category ID. 21854. You can go to access this table, categories B table, 21854. This is the category. Right? All of you clear on this? Okay, if you define the categories, this table is reflected. If you define the category sets, this table is reflected. If you define the, if you assign the categories to items, this table is reflected. MTL item category. It is only one of the table which is find out the categories and the category sets. The link is category set ID and category ID. And also here observe this one. The last item. Earlier also we define one item. What is the item? 214955. Let us, here we can check it. Have you assigned the categories and the category set to that item? No. Then still it is shows the data. How it is come? Here, whenever we are going to define the item, okay, whenever we are going to define the item, let us, we are going to check it. Now go to inventory. Here I am going to check this checkbox. Let us check this checkbox. Save the records. Save the records. Whenever we check this checkbox, here we can go to check it. The item is coming under inventory item category. Automatically it will come when we are going to check that checkbox. And now we can go to check it from backend. So what is our inventory item ID? 216. Yes, 216. Earlier we have only one category. Now we can check it. Two categories. Again I am going to assign one more checkbox, purchasing checkbox. Okay, let us check it. Save the record and check it here. Purchasing category and check it from backend. Right? So here what happened means, in earlier class, whenever we define the item, we are check this all checkboxes. So when we are going to check that checkboxes, system automatically assign the default categories and category sets. Or else if you want to assign the categories, then we can go to assign the categories this way. Choose categories. Clear? All of you. So this is the way we are going to define the item categories. What are the base tables? MTL item categories B, MTL item categories TL, MTL item categories, category sets B, MTL categories sets TL, and MTL item categories. MTL item categories. Right? All of you. So this is the way we are going to define the categories. And also here we have a sub inventories. Each and every time we define the items, but we are not assigned this item to a proper sub inventory. Suppose, say example, this is one of the inventory organization. This inventory organization have 3 sub inventories: first floor, second floor, and ground floor. So in ground floor, we are going to keep the items are cloth items. In first floor, we are going to keep the items is like material items. Okay. So here ready made. In first floor, material stitching items. In second floor, kids item. So there are 3 sub inventories are there. Once you receive the kids items, where we are going to keep that items? We are definitely move that items into second floor. We cannot move that items into first floor and ground floor. So how we are going to decide that? Which is the sub inventory is applicable for that? Which is the means a proper item. Clear? So for that purpose, we are going to define the item sub inventories. Then here, in that master inventory organization, we have some sub inventories, right? How many sub inventories? 3 sub inventories. Suppose, say example, I am going to select this one. Whenever we receive this item, this particular item is applicable for this sub inventory only. We cannot move this item into another sub inventory. So minimum quantity and maximum quantity. And also we are going to specify the locators. Then here we are going to specify the locator, but here we don't have the proper location. It does not accept it. For this stock locators also, we are going to define one more flex field. While define that flex fields, we are possible to define the stock locators. Now I will show you. So first of all, I am going to assign this item to a proper sub inventory. Save the records. Let us check it from backend. Which is the table is going to reflect it for these categories, right? Then go to here, MTL item sub inventories. Select star from MTL item sub inventories. Okay. If you use all, we don't have. Okay, so that is the reason we don't have all. This is the base table. So here we are going to find out whether the item is applicable for this sub inventory or not. Clear? Whenever we receive the item, that item we should move into this sub inventory only. So that is the table is reflected. Okay. Now we want to define the stock locators. So already we are defined sub inventories earlier classes, but right now we need to require the stock locator. So in this sub inventory, where exactly we want to keep these items? For that purpose, we want to define the stock locator. So in this sub inventory, we have around 8 stock locators, right? So how we are going to define the stock locators? Then first of all, we are going to define a stock locator while using existing flex field. Item categories, item catalogs, then sold. We don't have the flex field. Okay, then not a problem. Here items, we want to define the stock locators. So we don't have the flex field for this one, sorry. Organization stock locators. So now we are going to define the stock locators. Click on new. So here we are going to define that. So now I am going to specify one. So this is the one stock locator. In that locator we are going to specify the rows and bins. Suppose, say example, that is the self. That self is having the row and bin. We are going to divide it. That will be going to divide it as a bin. So here, this is the stock locator. In that stock locators we have the rows. and we have the, so this will be called it as a bin. So how many bins? For every record we have 5 bins. Okay, that will be good. Row, rack, bin. Row, rack, bin. So this is the row and this is the rack and this will be going to specify as a bin. Okay. Then now I am going to divide specify this. First row, first rack, first bin. Okay. Click on OK. How many rows and rack? Which sub inventory? Store 1. And click on OK. Then next, here 1 first row, second rack, second bin. Okay, second bin. Click on OK. Then again store 1. Then next, again we can go for 1, 3, again 3 bin, third bin. Okay. Then now here we have store. Save the records. So once we are going to define this one, this proper information is going to stored in different tables. The table is MTL item locations. MTL item locations here. So how we are going to find out which is the item location is applicable for our specific sub inventory? Here we have a organization ID. Okay, we have a organization ID equal to, what is that? 7935. 7935. 35 or 35? Yeah, master. So each and every location we have inventory location ID. Then here we have sequence columns. While concatenation of these sequence columns we are going to find out. Now I am going to assign this location to particular our item. Go to master items, JPP 9. Second item, then here tools, item sub inventories. Here we are going to select it. Suppose now here I am going to 1, suppose 1 and again 1. Click on OK. Now it is accepted. How it is accepted? Because of already we defined the stock locator. Suppose here we can go to give another 1. 1. It is not accepted. That is the reason. So this is the way we are going to define the stock locators. Save the records, and this information is going to store MTL secondary locators. MTL secondary locators. Then here we can give the item ID. Then we can find out the respective organization. So here it is clearly show us sub inventory code, and based on this locator we are going to find out here 3794. 3794. This is the segments we concatenate. We find out the actual location. Actual locator in the proper stock locator. Clear, all of you? Yeah. In the same manner, we have another some tables in there. Each and every item is having a serial numbers and also lot numbers. So directly I am going to specify the tables because of the functional people is going to generate the lot numbers and serial numbers. So here I am going to show you the direct tables. Okay, MTL serial numbers. This is the table we are going to find out the serial numbers, and MTL lot numbers. This is the table is going to find out the lot numbers. Okay, the lot numbers. Every item is associated with the lot number and serial number with the reference of that inventory item ID, which is the lot number is assigned for that item, which is the serial number is assigned for that item. Inventory item ID is common. These are the tables are reflected for serial numbers and lot numbers. All of you clear? These are the tables are reflected for item categories, item category sets, and item sub inventories, item stock locators, and serial numbers and lot numbers. Clear? So now we close the inventory module. These are the tables are very important for inventory. Clear? All of you.